Hey, can you hear me? Well, I guess not. Okay. Back to the grind here. I'm gonna try something new. I usually don't go in here because of the cold immunes, but I'm gonna check it out. Because if there's cold immunes, then I'll just freaking leave, I guess. And there's cold immunes. Okay. Well, sometimes there's not. Sometimes there's not. Like I need to go to some new areas. I've been just going to the same areas over and over. You know what? I don't think I got this either. Fixing to find out.
What do you need?
Blade buckle. Sweet, there's one. 268. Getting there. It's like really not an amazing belt, but I didn't have it. Arcana's Flesh. I might have gotten this, but I already have it. That's too bad. I don't even know if I should keep this piece of crap. It's like not a horrible belt, but it's like no resistance on it. Yeah, I think I've made up my mind. Goodbye. I guess I'll do an LK run real quick. Screw it. It takes like 1 second. Well, not 1 second, but yeah. Unsurprising. Another key. I get keys like every single time I run. I run the freaking summoner, and I don't need them right now. It's a shame. It's a freaking shame. Like, I'm literally not even gonna pick this up. Ugh, that's like, that's just blasphemy, I know.
Impossible.
Of course, all cold immunes. This game has like a fetish for cold immunes, I swear.
I am overburdened.
God. Sorry to click so freaking much. That there's like a cooldown when you do Blizzard that is like, even with a faster cast rate, it's my cast rate at 133. It is just brutal. Oh, I mean, obviously, if there wasn't one, then you would just Blizzard would be super stupid, overpowered. It just means you gotta do some clicking or time it perfectly. A lot of trash mobs in here this time. Yeah, I don't have my little item list up there because I I usually put it up there if I like it when I get my first drop, if I get anything. So I'm tired of getting keys of hate. Like this is single player. It's a little easier than online to get keys because the maps are static, so it's not really that big a deal. Although I don't really farm Nilithak because of the sorceress, but I suppose I could farm him with my paladin, but I just don't. I'm just not doing Ubers yet. Ubers are really, like everybody says, they're really easy, but a lot can go wrong, and it's really annoying when it does. Especially if you're a single player and you pretty much can't get your body for whatever reason, then you just wasted 3 keys. So it's like I really don't want to get in that right now. Really don't. Although I really need a torch, my damage would go like way up. Probably go up to maybe almost 5 Gs.
It is an honor to serve you.
Oh, I know I already have that. It's a shame. So I'm not really talking about what I've gotten since the last time I played because I was sick yesterday. Um, because the weather changed and there's a bunch of stuff going on. I'm not going to get into it, but I was sick, so I didn't play. And I got some stuff, but it sucks. So that's why I'm really not talking about it. But I'll go over it real quick. This pisses me off. So I got a lightning skiller, and then another lightning skiller, and a fire skiller, but I sold it out of anger. So I'm a cold sorceress, and I just cannot get a cold skiller for the life of me. It's just physically impossible. I got a Shaco finally. I don't know if I had it on last stream or not. So I did a socket quest for my paladin, do a PGM in there. So I got my magic fine up to 324. And I still have all my resistances like perfectly balanced, except for poison. But who cares? And that's really it. It's like I still have the same boots and same everything else. So that was it. I got the only real decent loot I got another goal, and then I got like 2 more limbs, and that's it. And then the rest is just random trash. I got like another assassin skiller, another teleport staff. I got a kelpie snare, alma negra, and then another tau mask for like mercs on mercenaries and other characters. So this is why I'm not picking up any more keys of hate, because I have 6. So, and that's it. It's like I've sat here and I farmed, even though I wasn't filming well yesterday. I was just farming off camera for like, I'd say I farmed for about 4 hours yesterday. All I got was and I did LK runs pretty much the entire time, and all I got was 1 goal room. So goal and like a limb. That's Diablo. I did get a bunch of items for the Grail though. It was just nothing really exciting or nothing I can use like usual. It's like I'm still missing still don't have an arachnid mesh, and I still need a better amulet and better rings. But my belt's fine for now for MF. I have Mage Fist and I have Chance Guards, but my Chance Guards are rolled like a little low, so I'll wait till I get a better roll before I replace this. And then I still don't have War Travelers or Sandstorm Trek. I've got a pair of Silk Weaves, I think, and maybe a pair of Water Walks, but not War Travelers. So, and I damn sure did not get any Talrasha pieces, which is, you're basically going to want the Talrasha set just for the freaking magic find, and I just cannot find like any Talrasha stuff. I haven't even found a belt yet. It's like all I find is masks. I found 3 or 4 masks and 2 of the main weapon, and then that's it. It's like that's it. No armor, obviously. Definitely no amulet. No belt. Bro, come on, you're killing me. Please don't die. You know, I usually don't do this, but I just don't die. I hate when you die. It's like it's too expensive. Stop dying. Should probably have bought some antidote potions. Like, please stop dying. Hey, look at that. Since I barely have like any amulets, like that might be something good. Pretty sure it's a Moonfall. I'm pretty sure I have this already. Whoops. Yeah, pretty sure that was a decent drop from Indario.
Good evening.
Like usual, Indario drops so much better than Mephisto. Yes, there's Moonfall. I already have it. Decent little thing. Saracen's Chance. That's not bad at all for my gear and stuff. I think it's under unique other. There you go. Yeah, so as you can see, I have like no jewelry. I'm still missing all these rings and all these amulets. All these facets and a ton of character uniques. Mostly I've gotten weapons. Like weapons and then set pieces. That's nice. I would actually put that on, but then I'd lose +1 to skills. So I'm just going to keep that just for in case I need case I need some resistance or something. Eyes and hearts. I'm pretty sure I have that. Actually gonna check without going into the thing. Eyes and hearts. Yeah. Yes, I do. That's a shame. I hate doing this with gems, by the way, but it's like, what choice do you have? Alright, it's time to reroll this piece of crap. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's why I've been re-rolling these for a very long time, because I get crap like that. It takes a very long time to get the good rolls on them. This is Andariel, cows. Kind of hate where this Tristram portal is. There's too many, like, there's like 2 elite packs over here, which is actually not a bad thing at all. But they never drop anything, so they're just more, it's more of a nuisance than anything else. They're just there and they're just annoying. But yeah, here's another one, and watch what he drops. Nothing. Yeah, it's just, at this point, it's gone beyond being convenient and just being irritating. Like, literally not dropping anything. Chill, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm still in low rune land. I've been in low rune purgatory for, like, probably, it's going on 2 weeks now, I'd say. Like, that gold rune from LK doesn't count because it was lower Karas, so I still haven't naturally found anything higher than, like, a fucking, I guess, a lum or a lamb in over 2 weeks. It's like farming every single day for hours, doing all kinds of content. And the main thing you can do to get high runes is basically what I'm part of my rotation here, and they're still not dropping. So it's just it's just very special, very special. Cows have been absolutely like torturous with high runes. Pretty sure I already have a unique poleaxe, but I'll check it out anyway. They haven't dropped anything higher than I think maybe a lum. Actually, they haven't dropped anything higher like at all this entire time. I've been playing Grail. And then the Cow King is literally only dropped Sidons. Like, he's, at this point, I'm convinced he's bugged. The entire time I've been farming cows, he's only dropped Sidons. That's it. One time he dropped something weird. Yo, what's up, dude? I was wondering who was watching. I was like, nobody's watching. That has to be Ryan. It's like, that has to be Ryan. Nobody is watching. Yeah, okay, well, or just nothing at all. Yeah, he's been a bully. He's just dropping just nothing. When online, I got a Shaco from him once, and so I know he has like a drop pool. 45 subs, huh? Good lord. Y'all need to chill. Not really picking up jewels. Like, you use them for like crafting and stuff, but I'm still not even level, I'm not 90 yet, right? Yeah, I'm not even level 90 yet, and I don't generally do that much crafting anyway, because that's like end game. I was like, I haven't even done Ubers yet or anything. Like, I don't think, I could be mistaken, but I don't think I'm going to get anything great from it right now. Like, I could get something pretty good, but it's just a pain in the butt. Yeah, dude, I'm over here getting some emails ready to go out for the weekend. Roger that. Yeah, another reason I haven't really been on to, besides being sick, is Aaron is Aaron's got all these video meetings at work, so I'm trying not to take up the bandwidth streaming. Like, I'm not even sure if that's what it is, but it's like my streaming is very unimportant, so it's like she can have the bandwidth basically. It's like if I had like if I was making like fucking boatload of cash or something, then sure, but this isn't even monetized. This is just free. Okay, like I'm not making anything off of this. Like for probably the next, if I streamed consistently and just did everything right, I wouldn't be able to make money from it for probably at least 5 years. So like I'm not delusional, if at all. Reflex bow. Thresher. I found an ethereal thresher finally doing LK runs. I should have socket quested it, but I wasn't sure if I would get 5 or 4, and I was too lazy to Google it. So I did the add socket recipe in the cube to it, and I got 2 sockets. And that was the only ethereal thresher I've seen. I was pissed. So no ethereal thresher for me. Although, honestly, I'm just using Insight right now, so it doesn't even matter anyway. My bandwidth is non-existent. Yeah, like, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, if... We have, like, anecdotal evidence that that was the issue, but I'm not sure that was the issue. I think it was just a coincidence, but I don't really care. It's like, it's like, it's fine. If I was in the middle of a stream and, like, 200 people were watching, then sure, I'd be like, not sure about this, but if I'm streaming and like I can see a little number of people watching, it's like 1 or 2, I'll be like, all right, well, I'm gonna let my wife continue working. She's actually making money. Speaking of which, I have a little story about streamers and money. I was late one night the other day when I wasn't sleeping when I should have been, but I just couldn't sleep. I was doing some farming and watching some streamer. I don't even remember his name anyway, to be honest, but it was just some random Diablo 2 Resurrected streamer. And he, actually, no, it wasn't. This was a different stream. And I do remember her name, but I'm not going to say it. And he was streaming, and somebody was telling him how to, like, what he should be doing. Like, he was providing a service free to the community, basically. And people were criticizing him, saying, like, you should provide this service another way, basically. And, I mean, obviously, he was doing it for free, and they were being, like, little snarky assholes. But at the same time, they were right. The way he was doing it was, like, really shitty, and it didn't really help. So they were like, if you're gonna give us these things, why don't you do it on like this server or this service, and then it would actually work, because the service you're using sucks. And he got all snarky with everybody, which I'm not saying he shouldn't have, but he got all snarky with everybody, and he was like, everybody's giving me suggestions on how I should do this, but the only people saying it are not subscribers. And it's like, every time I go on Twitch, it's not every time, but more times than I like when I go on Twitch, it always feels like if you're not subscribed, you're like subhuman, right? You're like, the only people they care about is the subscribers. If you follow them, they don't give a shit. Like, they won't even, half the time, if you follow a channel, they won't even acknowledge it. Like, there'll even be a notification on the screen. It'll be like, Metalloid's following you. Hey, what's up, James? They're like, Metalloid's following you, and then like they won't say like thanks for the follow or anything. They say nothing. They don't give a shit. If you're a subscriber, they like, give you the half-assed like, thank you so much for subscribing, and whatever. But it's like, it's just, they just don't give a shit about followers, and it's just really apparent. Like some of these streamers, I just thought it was kind of sad. I was like, aren't you supposed to be streaming for fun, like in entertainment? You're streaming because you enjoy playing video games, and that's why I'm doing it. I just enjoy playing video games, obviously, and it's really a lot of fun to talk to people. Like, if people are watching the video and they're not talking, that's fine with me. Like, be my guest, just chill. That's why this stream's called Chill. Just chill and lurk. Like, do your, do whatever you're doing on stream on the background. I don't give a shit. But it's like, you can't segregate you can't be rude like that. I just think it's rude and shitty and tacky. They're like, the followers are garbage, and then their subscribers are just okay. And that's just shitty. They're acting like they're celebrities or something. I was like, nobody even knows what streaming is outside of like the gaming community. So it's just really shitty. That's my little story. I just thought it was shitty how people treat followers as subscribers. I also don't really. It's like you don't really want to subscribe to anyone anyway, unless they're just like supremely entertaining, or it's like you're always watching their stream and you have spare money that disposable money. Like you're not just gonna give people money for no reason. So it's just they're just being really like hoity-toity about it. I was like, you should be lucky anybody's watching your ass, let alone giving you money. So don't be shitty to people who are just following you. And James, I'm about sick of this Blizzard Sorceress, but I am just so lazy, and I finished Hell on my Paladin finally off camera, but I have not really done anything with him. It's rough playing. It's rough playing without Enigma, especially if you go from online. Like online, I have Enigma, but offline I don't because I just started this account a couple weeks ago. When you don't have Enigma and you play like any class other than Sorceress, it's a little rough. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, like I just think streamers are really rude and condescending and shitty to.
I can't.
Not all streamers, obviously. Shitty to people that aren't subscribed. Basically, is my point. Like Mr. Llama is really great. Like again, because I'm always kissing Mr. Llama's ass. Mr. Llama is really great with his whole audience. Like he usually replies if you say stuff. He usually acknowledges people, even though he has a ton of people watching. And he really doesn't treat followers any different than subscribers. And he even said it. He was like, he said what I basically say. He's like, anybody who watches and just enjoys the content, like, that's fine. Like, I'm glad you're here. Like, welcome. But basically, I'm not going to sit here and, like, talk about bad streamers, but I will say, like, thanks for the shale. I will say, I get good vibes from like Dark Humility. I get good vibes from like the GG guys, the Max Roll GG guys, like Dark Humility, BTS Neanderthal, Mr. Llama, Teo. I think. Although I haven't really seen Teo stream, but he's a good friend of Mr. Llama, so I assume he's probably nice. So those guys are all nice. I also caught some drama, and this one I just loved from somebody. I was watching this streamer, and he was like, that dude was either Austrian or Dutch, or it had to be somewhere in the neighborhood of like a Slavic type Germanic like language. He sounded kind of like he was Swedish or I don't know. It was a tough accent to nail down. It almost sounded like a German accent, but then it would sound Swedish, and then, anyway, that's not the point. He was really cool. He was playing, and some dude was asking for advice on pricing. This is gonna be a long story. Let me go to town. This is a long story. Some dude was asking for advice about pricing an item. So he was like, "Well, this item was dang, that's a quarter of the way there. It's almost there. Sockets are great, combat skills good, and then everything else is garbage except for yeah, so
Good day.
let me come in here and do this because this is gonna take a minute to explain this story. Yes. Love me MF Small Charms all day. See if I can replace one. I could actually just get rid of this, but I have so little life. It's like I'm kind of clinging to it. Here we go. I can replace this one. All right. So the 4% is great, but I don't need those other two stats. So I'll just give that to like a melee character. And I'm running out of room, like this entire thing. Here's my fortitude base. I know it's not ethereal, but I just need something, and I still haven't found a low rune. Still haven't found a low rune. It's a damn shame. What is this? Probably ditch that at this point. Be very careful. Here's my call to arms base. I don't want to put something in here. I'm having really bad luck with bases, so I'm trying to keep my bases early, even though I don't have the runes. Really bad luck with bases. All right, what is this piece of crap? Because it's a pole axe, so it's not. It's just a normal item. Battle branch. Pretty sure I have a battle branch. What is that? A pole arm? Yeah, I already have it. So I'm not even gonna like switch over to the window. It's just nothing special. Okay, so this European guy, I'll say, he was. Whoops. What the hell's my blizzard? There it is. So this European guy was talking to a person, and it was like a follower just like me. Like I was watching him. I basically follow, if I'm watching a stream and the dude is even remotely decent, I'll just follow it automatically because it's easy. Um, so he was this follower was like, I have this. What kind of item was it? It was a jewel. It was a jewel, and it was. I don't remember the stats on it, but it was really rare. It was like all resist, magic find, and like enhanced damage or something like that, or it was some combination of those stats. It was a really good jewel, right? So he was like, "How much is this worth?" And the guy was like, "I can't really tell you because the prices fluctuate and it's subjective based on the buyer and the market, blah blah blah." And he was like, "Well, JSP, D2 JSP says it's worth this," and he was like, "Bro, get out of here with that shit." He's like, "We don't do JSP here," and I wholeheartedly agree with him. By the way, I hate JSP. It's like if there was no real money transactions ever involved with the site, I would have no problem with JSP. But the fact that there was at any point means that any of the wealth accumulated on the site is technically all tainted by real money transactions. Even though I don't think they're involved anymore, but you might still be able to, I think you still can buy forum gold with it. But either way, that's the guy's choice. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It's that guy's stream. He doesn't like JSP. He doesn't want to talk about it. So he was telling the guy this, and the guy was getting all snarky. And you know what? That's basically the drama. He was telling him the guy was just getting snarky about it. And then the whole chat, and I joined in a little bit, were like, JSP is fucking trash. And we were just making fun of it. And it's like, I guess my point is JSP sucks. And there's nothing wrong with a streamer at least taking a hard point view on something he feels about, is my point, I guess. I commended him for not, like, kissing that guy's ass or, like, compromising his own personal beliefs on it, something, because JSP, it's not just about like a website or a video game. It's like about, it's kind of just unfair. It's like it's a bigger, it's like symbolizes what's wrong with the world. It's like, I know it's not that serious, just a video game, but it kind of is. It kind of sucks. Like I hate shit like that. I was like, it's really hard to find items in this game, as evidenced by my stream. I've been holy grailing for like a couple of weeks. I'm still missing over 200 items. I still have terrible gear on because it's hard to find stuff in this game. And then there's people out there that are just going to some website, opening their wallets, and then just getting everything. And it's like trading is one thing, but it's like you're not trading, you're just buying, you know? So it was just cool watching that guy slap him down. He was like, just get out of here. Like he just was not having it. I already have blade bone too. It's gotten to a point now, which is kind of scary because I didn't think I'd get here this early, that I'm already getting so many duplicates and items I know I already have without even having to look at my little Grail sheet. So it's, I'm getting there. Now, did I want to... feel like I was going to add something to my rotation here, but I don't remember what it was. I definitely wanted to add, I did Cold Plains a few times as per this funny video I saw where he got like a lot of good stuff, but it just got like, after a while, it was just too many cold immunes. Even though they're easy, like, I'm just basically sitting here. Like, that's, when you farm cold immune areas with a sorceress, you just kind of just stand around. With a cold sorceress, I mean. Yeah, I'm just standing around watching, like I'm not really playing. Plus the loot's really bad. It's like getting really bad loot. Like, oh yeah, those guys called me, or not called me. So yeah, I had this in my rotation, but I just kind of got tired of watching my mercenary do everything. Literally, he's the main character and I'm the mercenary in the Cold Plains. Like, what are you guys doing? What's taking so long? Plus, he sucks. So look at this. Look how terrible my mercenary is. He's terrible. And I could try. I'm gonna grab my paladin real quick. So like I said, I finished the game with my paladin. Ancients was hilarious. I died once. I will admit I died once on Ancients, but then the second time I crushed it, and then that was it. Then I didn't breeze through the rest of the game, but I like quickly finished the game, and then that was it. Finished at level 80, full all res, even poison, which is surprising. Got like less than 7k hammers, nothing special. Got 75% block chance. He's really just. I gave him my Hodo I made immediately because I found that Vex pretty early, and then found another one of these, and then this is pretty nice. Like this is nice right here. It could be better though, a lot better, but. So that's his little like Walmart Shaco he has on. He has a terrible amulet on, but I like the 3 defensive auras. He has an okay spirit. The roll is really low on it though, 26% FCR. And then he has water walks and crappy FCR rings, crappy belt. It's tri-res, but it's low rolled, crappy ring, crappy gloves. And he has some stuff for backup, but he's not wearing any of it. Did I get? He has a towel mask, Duriel shell inside. Okay, this is what I was gonna give him. And I don't even need this. It's like it's not better than a spirit, so he just has it, but he really doesn't need it. And I have like I'm starting to build the stuff so I can make a smiter, but it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. So let's go try a pits run on my little guy here. He's my little dude. Like he's not amazing or anything, but see how he does. This is the first Hammerden I've ever made. And the first Hammerden I've ever made with a mouse and keyboard. I mean, I guess I made a Hammerden before on regular D2, but it was like I was just dicking around. I made like a cheat account just to try it out back in the day. So it wasn't really self-found. It was like super drop rates. It was just wanted to see what it was like to actually get drops at that point. But this is a normal non-cheating paladin. Although you can say a Hammerden's cheating if you feel like it. I actually don't really. As I play this Hammerden, I don't see what the fuss is about, but I don't have Enigma either on this guy, so and I don't have one online. Hammerden. I have an Enigma online, but I don't have a Hammerden online. So maybe if I had Enigma, I'd feel a little differently. But he sucks. It's like I don't know why everybody's going so nuts about him. I'm not a huge fan. Maybe it's because I'm just so used to Sorceress with the teleport and everything. And I mean, I could charge around to get around faster, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. and he doesn't suck. That's oversimplifying it. It's just not. I was led to believe if you had a hammered in, you were invincible and could clear everything in the game without losing any health, and everybody dies in one hit. And it's like, not exactly. that was it. It's not exactly. Right, let's get rid of this curse. The thing I do like about paladins, though, is the ridiculous amount of quality of life auras and stuff they have. Like, I can get rid of curses whenever I want. I can pick up dead bodies. They're awesome. What the hell is... the hell is this pits at? Oh boy. I actually need full rejuice, so I'm scooping them up. What the hell? There it is. Jeez. It's like I was... That's what I get for not clearing like any of these maps. Alright, so this is the other level 85 area that I would like to farm, but not really a great idea on my cold sorceress. So that's not why I made this guy, but I just made him because it's just good, always good to have a hammered in. So I'm going to check it out here. But like I said, his gear is fairly garbage, and checking it out. Maybe what I can do is I can start ditching. So you have like, when I was playing through the game, I had like 1,000,000 potions on me because Act 5 is like brutal. So, like, I don't need all these potions anymore. His magic find is really low though, so I'm not expecting, 48. I'm not expecting super great things. But at the same time, he can find bases. I found the Shaco on him. I didn't mention that. When I was playing through Act 5, I was just trying to get to the frozen river to get Anya, and I just smacked a skeleton in the face, and he dropped a fucking Shaco. And I was sitting there farming for like 2 weeks on my sorceress. Couldn't get one. But he drops one with like, he had 63 MF, I think, when it dropped. I was like, oh my god. RNG in this game. RNG in this game, I swear. Yeah, he also has like, he can run fast. He can get rid of curses and stuff. Like, he's really fun to play as, like, in regards to like just quality of life. Very comfortable character. His hammers still do a ton of damage, even if you don't have concentration aura. But with it on, they're just ridiculous. Like, it does way more damage than my sorceress. But they're just so, like, annoying to aim. So it's, like, not something, it's not as easy. Like I said, people say it's super easy to paladin, and it's not necessarily wrong, but it's like, it's not, if you're new to Diablo 2, it's not going to be instant win button. I guess that's my point. Like, if you're having trouble with the game, a paladin's not going to, like, magically save you. Yeah, it really is. Resocket. RNGesus will not save you. Good. I'm getting my full rejuves back up because I used like all of them doing the quests. Like, good lord. I died several times in Act 5, like several times. start dropping these out of the way here. All right, give me something good. Not good. What else can I do that oh, I forgot to do Black March on my sorceress. What else can I do that I usually don't do? You know, I actually could do Chaos Sanctuary, which is I still can't do Travancore. Like I did a Travancore run on my Blizzard sorceress, and it was just a fucking nightmare. It's just those guys are the worst. Your mercenary needs some like better gear than what I got. That's for sure. I'll try to do Chaos Sanctuary, but the thing about low MF2 is the runes drop chance is not affected by Magic Find, so you have the same chance of getting runes on any character, any build, like no matter what gear you have on. Like the only difference is that on a higher end build, you're going to be killing stuff faster, so therefore your chances are higher, but that's only because you're killing stuff faster, not necessarily because you Magic Find your gear. So technically, this guy has the exact same chance of dropping runes as my sorceress, but he's going to be killing. I don't know. He might be killing around the same speed. It's a little slower, I guess. So his rune drop chance might be a little lower, but it's so RNG. Like, who's to say the rune was going to drop in the first place? You know. So there's not really a great way to easily tell that. What the hell is that? Is it like a bug or something? It's lava shooting like... What is this? Lava's going crazy. How are y'all gonna just drop mana potions? Like, come on. Yeah, and then you can heal from dead bodies, you can get rid of curses and poison, you can run faster, you can do more damage, you can, like, this guy is sick. The hammers are just the icing on the cake, like, to me, with the paladin. But like I said, they're so awkward to, like, aim. they're not as great as for new players, like I said, as you would be led to believe. Actually almost want to recommend a sorceress to new players because teleport is just that good. It just takes a while to get used to how squishy she is. But other than see, I got a co like right off the bat. It's actually better than average rune my sorceress drops. But it's just after you get used to how squishy a sorceress is, you really just kick ass. All you got to do is just teleport out of the way and make sure you have a decent build. Oh, this is going to be real special, I can tell. This is going to be real special. My mercenary is going to die. He's going to die today. Right. And that's another problem with Hammered In is when enemies start clustering up, he's SOL. SOL. Like I literally can't hit these guys. Really annoying. I actually don't need this co-rune. That's the sad part. I really don't. It's a shame. It's a shame. And he also has way more health than my sorceress, despite putting a ton of points in. I have 150 points in dexterity. And he has way more health than my sorceress, just because it's just how his character is. What was I going to do? Oh. Yeah, my stash is, like, empty, so... Cash-wise. Let's try this again, like, minus the mercenary death. Go inside. There we go. Oh, I forgot these finger mages are the problem. That's why I have, like, no mana. Alright, I've made it inside. Congratulations. Let's get rid of all this shit on me. Don't need this. No, I'm going to take all... This is why I keep a ton of potions on me, just in case. And this is like not a good chaos run, by the way. It's not how you do chaos. It's like super slow. I'm just seeing if my character can even do it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Just seeing if I can even do it. Could you stop hitting me with like every single status effect in the game? Look at this. And then he ran off. Fucking cool. Cool. Yeah, just come over here and crowd me and then just get hit by hammers. That's what I want them to do. But they're like, the way they're playing is they're just running off like little assholes. So it's like really hard to get hits in on them. And this is, like I said before, and I'll say it a million times, when you hear about this game, everybody says this game is X or Y, but they never fucking mention Z. Like, I don't know why, because this game is one of like the most elitist, like gatekeeping communities like there is out there for a video game, and yet people insist that new players are welcome and everybody should play it. It's very confusing. Like, oh, this game is amazing, everybody should play it, and then you start playing it and you ask questions. You fucking noob, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, what? and that's our community of which I'm a part of. I'm not saying I do that though. I certainly don't do that, but yes, I am a part of this community. So when I'm trash talking stuff, I'm aware that I'm also technically a part of it. I mean, I was running around with the paladin. I just did not do. I was level like 78 in Act 5. Like, I was not low level. Good lord. Not really low level when I was beating it. Freaking finger mages. Like, get out of here. It's a super, super charm. Hey.
I just did a little video meeting with Christy. Did you have any issues a few minutes ago?
No.
Okay, so you might not have to stop streaming.
I think it's just, like I said, I think it was a coincidence, and it's just our internet in general is stupid, so. But let me know if you do have issues, and then I'll tell my 0.001 viewers that I'll have to cut off the stream.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Metal. All right, this is a good charm, by the way, so I'm keeping this. Charm is baller. I can actually replace some of these charms here. Yeah, so I have all these. I have 3 skillers on my paladin. 3 skillers. And I have 0 on my sorceress that I've played 1,000 times longer with. Like, unreal. Unreal. Absolute just hogwash. If I didn't know better, I would say this game is like being racist towards my sorceress or something. Prejudice. It's just absolute favoritism, prejudice, like whatever you want to call it. It's ridiculous. You guys stop decrepifying me, please? Also, I'm just not a huge fan of the Chaos Sanctuary in general, simply because of the Oblivion Knights. Yeah, they're real special. They're real special. I'm a little nervous about Lord Destays here. Little nervous. Could you hit that, please? Alright. So my plan is to just start the hammers, right? And my mercenary not to run off like he... Oh my god! He just body slammed him. Well, never mind. Never mind. See, that's the thing with mercenaries. They're so fucking random. Like, I figured he would have walked up and got, like, slapped down to, like, Oblivion, but he literally just walked up to Destace and just picked him up and, like, fucking stone cold stunned him, and then that was it. Like, that's it. That was the end of that fight that I was worried about. Lord. Getting a little nasty. You still gotta watch your health. Still gotta watch your health, even though it feels like you don't. Alright, what is this? Damn. So I need a 4-socket shield with some all res. Like this one has like 10 all res on it because Spirit doesn't have fire resist, so you can tell it's 10 all res. Or, you know, maybe it just says 10. Whatever. That's just, I put it on a 10 all res shield. That's what I got. Castrate sucks. I need something better. That's not going to do it. Although I do like the enhanced damage, but I'm not melee, so it's not doing anything for me. In fact, I need one of the important things with the hammered in is you need castrate. Some run walk speed would be nice until I get Enigma. Definitely need my resistances. Get my mana. Like you need some stuff. All right, let's get some stats back. There we go. Yes, I love when enemies get confused and then like backtrack because it's just more hammer hits. Whoops. Oh boy. All right, cool. That could have been so much worse. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to absolutely pimp slap Diablo. In fact, I'm so confident that I'm going to... This might be a failure, but I'm going to try it. Pretty sure I'm going to pimp slap him. Let's try some player 7. Oh god, that is way too high. It is way too high. I regret this. I regret this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's working. It's working. Oh god, there goes the mercenary. Oh, all of that for 2 blues and 2 yellows. Ouch. Oh, that's painful. But now that's why they say Hammer is overpowered, because I'm poor Giron. I just did P7 Diablo. But other than that, running through Chaos on P7 would have gotten me killed, like for sure. Tell E it's Friday. All calls are canceled. Work is canceled. Time to enjoy the weekend. Yeah, I wish. I wish. What the hell is this piece of crap helmet? Terrible rolls.
What do you need?
Hail to you, champion.
So I can do, that was my little experiment. I can do Chaos Sanctuary. It just takes so long and it's difficult and it's just generally unfun. So not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan. Fire, cold. Yeah, I want that extra run walk. Magic Find. Magic Find and fire. That's fine for now. And I'm saving all these little trinkets for other characters. So even though it's not amazing for my paladin, it's going to be great for other characters for sure. For sure. Because I'm going to make more characters. I just have the 2 right now. Technically could do Travancore on this character, but he would, my mercenary would be so dead it wouldn't even be funny. Wouldn't even be funny. Insta dead. Although he does have Duriel Shell on, so maybe it wouldn't have been so dead, but I don't know. What am I doing? It's like that's fine playing on another character, but I missed the speed. So slow. You guys keep getting hits on me, and I do not appreciate it. Do not appreciate it. I always hit gem shrines before I even see them. It's like I might have saved that, but it's not a big deal. I think this is all garbage. This is all garbage. That's Millibrega's, I believe. That's some piece of crap. I don't remember what it is. I think I've literally gotten all 3 of those, unfortunately. Ith. Alright, it's spicy. You guys are being spicy. Like, I'm gonna get out of here. Jeez. Y'all chill. Like, let me loot stuff.
Hail to you, champion.
Assholes. Just mad because I killed Mephisto. I mean, I guess technically you just put this on player 7 because it's pretty much at that point. I want to kill some mobs out here. This is like one of my favorite places, but so many cold immunes. It's like everywhere I go, it's like cold immune, cold immune, cold immunes. Takes all the flavor out of it. Takes all the flavor out of it. See, yeah, that was all that really went on. Was I literally got the Shaco with my paladin. I got a couple more little charms here and there, and I just kind of watched streamers beefing with stupid people. Like I was about it. It's like slow going. I was just doing LK runs for like 2 hours straight at a time. I would do them for like 2 hours, then take a break. Come back later, do it for another 2 hours, take a break, and then finally I did it one more time, and it was like all I got was one goal, and either one lem or two lems. It's like very rare. It's weird. It's very rare that rems. It's very rare that runes drop from them. It's another one of those things that this community is so hyperbolic. It's everybody swears that Lower Kuras is amazing for high runes. And I do hear a lot of people at least being honest and being like, it takes forever. I'm like, good, because it does. But it's like, the way people give you this information is trash. They're like, if a new player comes on a forum and says, hey, where do I find high runes? The answer is usually just going to be LK. Like, well, tell them how to do it. Tell them what it entails. Tell them what kind of character they should have. Tell them what player count. Tell them the strategy with the bonfires. Like nothing. They just go LK. And then if they do give you more information, you're like, okay, well, what's LK mean? Like, what do I do? They'll be like, oh, you just go to Lower Kurast and pop the chest near the bonfire. You'll get high runes. I'm like, not necessarily. Like, you will get them if you do it for hundreds of hours, but you're not going to get them like right off the bat, nilly-willy. And if you do, go play the lottery. So that's like my beef with the community is they're simultaneously like welcoming and elitist and just terrible at the same time. Very weird community. I think it's probably what happens when you have a game that's like 20 years old and like all secrets of it have been penetrated, and I don't think I have this. Stuff like that. See, that's why I pop these piece of crap pots. They occasionally have stuff, including freaking piece of crap Cathans or angelic, whatever that is. I think I need to grab an angelic ring because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking of making a barb at some point so I can do all kinds of stuff. You need it. Ultimately, you're probably going to want a barb for Grails anyway, just to make a pit zerker. But I don't have a single low rune. There's no grief going on, so pretty sure you need grief. Even if I had a low rune, I want to make fortitude first, so I need like several low runes. It's rough. And this is what I get. It's like I just get blues and normal uniques, so it's tough. Tough.
Good day.
How may I help you?
Cathans, of course. The only set in the game, Cathans. Very careful. getting more nasal by the minute. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Seeing where the cat was. Yeah, I didn't put on my little, like, be right back screen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't put on my little be right back screen because, I don't know. Because I didn't, that's why. Okay. So those, Ancient Tunnels, which sucked like usual. Ancient Tunnels is just so stupid. Like, it's such a good potential spot, and there's, like, never anything there, I swear. I have no idea why I'm in here, by the way. I just felt like coming in here. Oh, there it is. It's like I usually go into areas and just peek my head in, and then I hit a cold immune, and I'm like, deuces. Because it's just so annoying. I love this little room right here. It's always just absolutely, like, chock full of enemies. Like, I was trying to pick up that full rejuve, and I couldn't. There's just so many enemies. I did not mean to hit that. Yeah, I have my town portals on E. So I have my like hand over by ASD, WE, Q, all that shit, so I can hit like quests. And D is my static, and A is telekinesis. And so I'll accidentally hit town portal every once in a while. Sausage fingers, I guess. Oh, honestly, I haven't accidentally hit that in a long time. That's weird. It's usually like sarcophagus is here, however you say that. Sarcophagi. I guess they're random. I thought they were like static. That's why I'm eyeballing socketed swords too. Son of a bitch. You just had to do a curse, so now I gotta go to town. Had to do a curse. Yeah, she will literally one shot my mercenary, or technically me if she hits me cursed. So on players 3 anyway. I am a fragile little sunflower sorceress. Wow. Wow. Jeez, fucking ease. He got hit like twice and he almost died. Like, good lord. Well, you know, at least she dropped some charms, because she sure as shit didn't drop anything else. There it is. I always come up here, and there's usually a lead up here. Or I don't always, but just because Endario sometimes drops absolute fucking dumpster juice, so I'll go see if there's an elite to redeem the terrible drops. She drops way better than Mephisto, though, usually. Although I guess technically that run Mephisto dropped better. Which is some type of... I'm in the Twilight Zone or something, because Mephisto always drops just poo-poo. Let's go back in here. And you gotta put this on players 1 so the Countess drops better runes. Because I totally skipped the Countess last time. I didn't mean to. I always farm Countess. It's like one of my favorite places to farm. Because this tower is like a portal to another dimension. I've gotten all kinds of loot in here, and then the Countess herself can actually drop higher runes than you would think, though not really high in general. But plus, if she just so much as dropped her highest rune, that would help me out a lot. So, like, even just a, quote unquote shitty ist would be better than a lot of these drops I've been getting. And I still need an ist for Call to Arms, so this definitely means it's worth it to run her. Because I'm not seeing any runes otherwise. Like, I got a Ko on my Paladin, and that was it. Like, or otherwise it's Nefs and Orts, trash. Actual enemies in here. Anybody else? There it is. Usually a crate over here. I don't know why. It's just a habit. I pop those. It's a waste of time, though. I'm well aware that it's a waste of time. Yeah, I'm still in low rune land. Confirmed. Just in case I thought I was out of it, they gotta pull me back in. Ort, hell, Tal. Like, no. It's not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Like, I really don't want to do cows again. Cows have been pissing me off lately. Cows has been like, just, I cannot find anything good in cows. And it's a shame because I usually find some pretty decent stuff in cows, but it's just not happening. I usually pick up rare jewels, but I'm like, eh. Get off my face. Alright. Let's just do players 3 cows again. Come on, cows. You guys gotta drop me something. Like, somebody's gotta drop me something. And then I get another... That's either Bartox or Fire Lizards. I don't remember. I don't care. I don't want it. Could you kill these guys, please, so I can pick this up? Even though I just said I don't want it. Why am I taking so much damage? It's almost like I'm cursed. This is always the way the game goes, too. If something drops and you're curious about it, you'll just get bum rushed by enemies. Like, you'll never get a chance to pick it up. Or you can just kill yourself trying to pick up some item. It's probably going to be garbage anyway. Like, who the hell is this guy? Like, where did he come from? Annoying. Yeah, that's Bartox. Bartux. However you say that. Yeah, I'm kind of just trying to get myself some... Oh, I forgot. I never identified that brand of stock. Shit. There's a spicy portal right here. Another brand of stock. Right. Could you guys chill for a minute?
Good to see you.
Whatever it is, I already have it. So, terrible. Way too many items on me. Blood Thief. Pretty sure I don't have Blood Thief, but if I have Blood Thief, I'm just going to be so disappointed. Is it a spear? Is that why it's not showing up? Yes, I didn't have it. Okay. Finally. Finally. So that brings me to 270, 236 to go. All right. Unfortunately, like I've said before, I have to sell, which is a crime. I have to sell my Grail finds because we don't have stash space. Yeah, it's Bartucks. You know, I might want to keep... You can dual wield these, so I might want to keep that. And I did mark I had Bartucks, right? Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I'm missing for my assassin talon-wise, or weapon-wise, is the Shadow Killer. I have to look it up. Okay, everything cool? We cool? Oh, I gotta gamble. Full of money.
Good evening.
I don't know what to gamble anymore. I've been gambling just... I got so tired of gambling, I've literally just been gambling random items now. Like, you just get money just regardless, so... Let's see. So just keep doing rings. I hate gambling in this game. It's worse than real life because in real life you can actually get something good, but in this game no, you just never get anything good, like ever, ever. Like this crap. It's like, well, that was good for a blank, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, it's not good for me, so it's crap. Give me that large charm. Wow, that wasn't even the elites over here, or the champions. Jeez. Oh, it is lit in here. Another full rejuve. Alright, fine. I'll kill Griswold. Jeez. Oh, wait, never mind. He's lightning immune. It's like, I don't feel like it. Lightning immune, it's like the cold immune sorcerer just gets hoed in like so many different ways. Like, lightning immune means you can't static them down either. So, like, which, you know, makes sense. I'm not going to complain about it, but it just sucks because, like, the cold sorcerers, like, it feels like most of the game is cold immune. So, the one thing you can do is static enemies down to get your mercenary to kill them, and then they're lightning immune and you can't. So, you're just literally you're fucking trash. So, you just can't do anything. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just fucking not do anything. That's why I just left. Moo Moo Farm. War Axe. Son of a bitch. They keep dropping items I literally just got the other day. I just got a War Axe, I'm pretty sure. Or else I'd be like, ooh, I haven't seen that. Pretty sure I just got a War Axe, so just make sure. Like, y'all need to drop some good shit. Where's my fucking lacquered plate? Where's my set amulet? Like, come on. I need a Talrosh's belt. I think it's a mesh belt. I need a set mesh belt. Assholes. Watching him drop Saigons if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, he'll drop Saigons. And he didn't even drop that. I'm begging for Saigons at this point. Like, it's crazy. Oh, I'm low on town portals. Whoa. Mana burn there. And cursed. Okay, well, back up here. I have so many full rejues. Ridiculous. I gotta be real careful with this curse because these cows do so much damage. Hope my mercenary would get over it, but struggling. You can do it, Emilio. Oh, she was sleeping. She was sleeping.
She's sleeping on our bed, so she can get up. Lyrics everywhere. I got to clean her bed.
She's so tired. What is she so sleepy for?
Like catching up.
Catching up yesterday, too.
Yeah. She didn't wake me up to my alarm though.
She was screaming at me a little bit today, but not much. She's been pretty quiet. Being pretty quiet now. Being good? Oh, because you're dead. She's so dead. There it is. I'm not finding anything today. It's like I only find stuff if I'm not on camera. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it really is, Maisie.
Oh, she sneezed.
Oh, bless you, Maisie. If she sneezes, it sounds like a ghost sighing. It's like the quietest thing. Come on, guys. Draw me an ethereal thresher or a lacquered plate, set lacquered plate, or a set amulet, or unique amulet, or unique ring, or set belt. Like, come on. Something. You're like, here you go. Like, that's not, it's not going to do it, guys. Drop some stuff. I'm not even asking for high runes. They don't exist. High runes are a myth. High runes are like, they're like a Jersey Devil, or like some like, let's get into some American folklore here. They're like Bigfoot. They just don't exist. Look at this. I'm getting so many bases. It's like my magic find is at 0. Although I'm not going to complain about bases. I like bases. That's fine. Like it is. Okay. It's not 0, right? Look at all these cows. I like using Glacial Spike for like AoE freezing. And then finishing them off. Blizzard or Ice Blast or whatever. Blasting their ass. Kind of curious about this crystal sword, but I can't pick it up because these cows are attacking me. It's almost like I'm in the cow level. Chain boots. Treads the Cathan. Already have it. I'm literally at the point where everything I'm getting is stuff I already have. And it's brutal. 4 open socket sword. So I need that for a low level rune word for barbarian, but and for spirit. But I have enough spirits, I think. Shit, this is a conundrum. This is a conundrum. Here, you know what I'm going to do? There's a scroll of identify right there. Let's figure this out. What is this? This is a rake scar. I already have it. So there we go. That took out the mystery of the equation. I already know I have a rake scar. Okay. These chain boots are pissing me off because I need Marrow Walks, I need War Travelers. There's like a ton of boots I need, and then that's like my 4th pair of Treads-a-Cathon. And I'm sure there's going to be many more to come. And I've said it like a couple of times on stream. I don't want them to change the drop rate because it would piss too many people off. And it's just how the game is. So I'm not saying they should change drop rate at all, like at any point. However, would it really be the worst thing in the world if we were like at least that's fucking Griswold's, I think. Right? I think that's Griswold's helmet. That's a new one. I guess the game heard me. So would it be the worst thing in the world if we like kind of lowered some of these normal drops or something? Like, good lord. So I can't even pick this up. Can't even pick it up. Too many fucking potions. Shit. Like, stop, guys! I'm trying to do stuff. I definitely don't have Griswold's helmet, right? Yeah, not even close. Sweet. So all I need is his weapon, which is I'm not thinking I'm gonna get that anytime soon, but I think his weapon, or what is it? I'm not done. Is my point. Griswold's. What is this called? Valor. Wait, I thought I had 3 pieces of Griswold's. I do. I have this, right? No. This. Oh, wow. No, I don't. I guess I only have 2. I have his helmet and his body armor. Ouch. Behind on Griswold. Okay, well, at least there's another piece I didn't have. So. Cool. Oh, I have way too much shit on me right now. Way too much shit on me. I gotta dump these full rejuves. Inventory's getting full again. I'm a hoarder. I absolutely am a hoarder. I wish we had stackable rooms and gems at least, or more stash space. Although, if we get more stash space, we're just gonna fill it up again. So we really need pluggy stash. Like who wasn't using pluggy that played D2 like all these years? Pretty much. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but I feel like a large number of people are using pluggy. Just give us pluggy stash. And if not, at least let us stack runes and gems. And then that way we don't have to dedicate this like huge amount of space for them. No, I'm not saying we should have a charms inventory. Like, no, that's fine. But at least give us stackable runes and gems or more stash space. Pluggy stash. I think stackable runes and gems is a nice compromise. And people go, but the economy. I'm like, bitch, this isn't Wall Street. It's a fucking video game. Like, and plus the economy is fucking ruined anyway. People that think that this game has an economy kind of make me sad because we don't, because of JSP exists. If JSP didn't exist, then sure, we would have a digital economy, even though it makes me laugh because it's a fucking video game. But we would have, we could trade and items have value. I'll say that. But JSP just undermines it because you can basically just buy items. And there's like item stores where you can buy items. So the market's already fake. Like, in real life, there's not a fucking market where cyborgs go out and mine diamond that doesn't exist infinitely, and so there's infinite diamonds in the market. Like, that's how this game is. There's bots going out mining for resources that infinitely replenish, and they saturate the market with it. So, or maybe not even bots, just regular people. Everything is infinite, so it's infinite gain. So eventually, over time, the market's just completely flooded with items anyway. And the only thing that really flushes out the bullshit is the ladder. But non-ladder is just, I still need a Herald of Zakarum, but I guess I don't really need it because I have a spirit. But anyway, yeah, the market is just a joke. So People who just don't want stackable runes and gems, I just feel like they're just mad because their bot farm would be slightly less valuable or something. Or their JSP. That's a... What's that called? Not rock stopper. Pretty sure I have that. But I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that's like 3 uniques in 1 cow level. That's pretty good. They're garbage, but what was that? A Rake Scar, a Trizocathon, Griswolds, and then this. So definitely getting drops. They suck, but I'm getting drops for sure. Game must have heard me. But anyway, I was just saying they should at least give us that. Plus, it's not like if you could stack runes and gems, it would just mean everything was useless. It just means that some people would have more of some stuff. Like I said, the market's already just filled with people nonstop running stuff, or bots running stuff and making infinite items over and over again. So it's really just, it's so stupid that people. That's the reason. If there was another reason why I didn't want it, that would be fine. But that being the reason is just so stupid. The market is fine. Like, plus I feel like people kind of don't even play Diablo 2. They just turn it into a trade simulator. Like, I know the drop rates are just absolutely punishing, but it's like, if you don't want to play the game, then just don't play it. Like, why are you just trading and not even playing the game? Because that's what they do. They're not even playing. They're just trading. And they're not even trading. They're just JSP forum golding. So I don't know what the hell their problem is. A juicy pack. Wow. That was a lot of cows. So I'll take this out of all this. I guess I'll just take a couple of gems, I guess. Nothing special. I like how I got better items from in this 1 cow run with just the regular cows than I have from like 10 cow run Cow King drops. Like, just regular cows dropping like way better than the Cow King. He's just dropping absolute doo-doo. All these bases. An elite Might Aura. Watch out. Oh, and cursed. Alright, well, he's just going to one-shot my mercenaries. Let me just back the fuck up. There we go. Might Aura and cursed plus cows equal dead Emilio. He can like barely handle cows with like no Might Aura. Like he'll get turned up. Alright, let's see what this crappy Gothic plate is, because this is another normal unique instead of exceptional or elite. Rattle Cage, that's what it's called. I feel like I've already found this. Yep. Shit. So I'm just missing Gold Skin, Silks of the Victor, Blink Bats, and Gray Form for normal chests. Okay. So that one didn't do it. That one didn't do it. Whoops. What just happened? gym maintenance. I hate doing this. This is why I said I wish we had stackables, because then I would keep all these and do it at once or something, or have a different amount. But it's like I can barely fit these. Barely fit these. Crapping out on Charm again. I think that was it for this run. I mean, I've done like some other levels, but like I said, it's just kind of... You know what? Let me check something out real quick. This is always lit in here for one of these levels. Just want to check this out real quick. Son of a bitch. Keep hitting the wrong button. Whoa. I don't think anything's going on in here. You know, if I'm going to dick around and go through an area, I should probably do... yeah, it'd probably be better to do arcane, but all the fucking cold immune is kind of annoying. Or I can technically do bail run. The problem with the market is that it allows people to take the easy road, so the people will definitely take the easy road, especially with the drop rates being so low. Yeah, people don't understand that most of the complaints or issues they have with the game is because the drop rates are super low. But then when you point that out, they get mad and say the drop rates are perfect. And I'm not saying, again, that you should raise the drop rates, but that is the problem with a lot of the problems with this game. Like, for instance, the market. The reason why the market's so terrible is in, like, oh, I don't want to have stackable blah, blah, blahs because then everybody would have it. It's like, well, if you put in the stackables, then people would actually have value, like poorer people to have value. It's just like the same thing with our market in the real world. Is there's a 1% of people with, like, you know, dragons and phoenixes and enigmas and infinities and breath of the dying and exiles and all this shit, and they don't want newer players or people that don't absolutely know life the game or JSP their ass off to have any sort of accumulated wealth. So they advocate to make it as painful as possible and encourage people to use JSP and Claymore in it. Oh, a dagger, gold dagger. Hey, all right. I think that's Soul Flave. It's ethereal, so I'll grab it for my... I'm not doing an ethereal grail, but I am marking down when I get ethereals, so it's like I'm kind of doing it. It's a side quest. I don't care if I complete it. This is just a regular grail. Wow. Okay. Well, let's stay away from that. But yeah. So it's like the problems with balance are because of the drop rate as well. It's like the reason why people get so pissed off when builds get nerfed or are different is because it is only 20% more. That's a damn shame. You know, I might not even want this on this character. Jeez. Yeah, it like barely brings my MF up with the... How much increase is that? 325 to 370. That's really garbage. It's like not that great. What was I saying? It's like I have this well thought out, like articulate speech about all this, and I'm just kind of... Just give me a second to process. Because I got to put this on the Grail. So I got a Soul Flay. Yeah, as you can see, I haven't got much ethereals. So there's one. Yeah, I've only gotten like 6 ethereals, so that's a slow one. But regulars, I'm doing great. So it's a dagger. Where's my daggers at? Gold dagger, baby. And it's not called the gold dagger, it's just called goal. But people call it gold dagger because it's a dagger. Like they think gold dagger is in the whole. Like technically the name is just gold, just like Oculus is just the Oculus. It's not the Oculus swirling crystal, just like it shouldn't be the gold dagger. It's just gold and it's just the Oculus. But for some reason everybody calls it gold dagger. I don't know why. Especially considering the community loves to abbreviate and acronym stuff like ad nauseum. So it's pretty funny. Stupid anecdote. Stupid anecdote. All right. Could you stop hitting space, Lloyd? So that was actually a nice find. Gold dagger. They're pretty easy to get if you gamble on like a level 11 character, but I haven't done that, so I like that. That was a good find. 100% MF. 100% MF on one item. Awesome. So, what was that? Was that Mephisto? Yeah, I'll display how badly trap runs work here. But first, is that how you spell Griswold? It's not Griswold. Oh, it's an O. It's an O. Okay. Thought it was an O. I found a gold dagger. I found a rake scar. I found a soul flay. I found I found a ton of stuff. It was just I wasn't marking it. Did I find something else good earlier? Found a bunch of stuff, but I'll just put that for now. Usually, like I wasn't trying to put that up there, and then I remembered I haven't marked. It's like it starts off slow, and then the more you MF, obviously, the more you're gonna find. So this is not part of a Travancore run, but these guys just annoy the shit out of me, so I'm gonna kill them real quick. Especially these guys. Alright. Alright, the trick is to not have your mercenary die. And that's easier said than done, because he's a suicidal son of a bitch. Wow, almost, I'm about to die myself, shit. And this is why I hate Travincial runs on a Blizzard Sorcerer. So I know Dobrunsky, I just watched the video. Dobrunsky likes doing Travincial on a Travancore on a Cold Sorceress. I don't. I absolutely do not. I hate it. Like I'm cursed, we're on fire, I'm poisoned. Like they suck. They're just cheap bastards. Need to grab that. Usually there's a well on my map, so it's not as horrible as it could be, I guess, but I hate this guy. Cold immune, so I just have to sit here like this, and then he's gonna have a cold nova. Yeah, he's a douche. Douche. Pretty sure I have both those Cathins and Vidalas or some crap, something garbage. So that was a Travancore run. As you can see, they're not it. It's not it. Yeah, it's rough with this, and it was going in what I said earlier about the community. The community is very, very like possessive of everything. Like if you just go on any type of forum, there's another key. It's always I found this or I have this or it's my Aki or it's my Enigma. It's like everybody's very possessive and I don't want to say selfish though, because there's plenty of people that are very generous in the community. So it's definitely not like Debrunsky also has super GG items. Yeah, right? That's my point. He's like, oh, I like doing it on my Blizzard source, and then he has like fucking Eth Reaper's Toll on his mercenary with the vampire gaze and like a fucking fortitude rune word or something. Like the dude's decked out. So obviously his experience farming areas is a little different than mine. Like I've shown my mercenary. Oh, I upgraded his armor to a wire fleece because it has more defense, but that's and it's ethereal, so that's it. It's the only change I made on him. Same shitty helmet, same shitty insight. And this is all he needs. As you can see, I've been farming. He doesn't really die. It's all you need on a mercenary is you don't even need treachery. Just put on a Duriel shell, or even if you don't have a Duriel shell, put on duress. You don't have duress, put on stone. If you're on stone, just put on anything you can. And then these usually drop fairly often, but if they don't, just throw on a fucking res helmet and then just make an insight. That's it. Another key of hate. I found one earlier, so I'll mark that as well. Why I had such issue with that. Oh, I found Bartux. I think that was it. I found this last time I was playing. Just for the MF, like it's not too horrible. I'm just not doing Ubers yet, so keys are just kind of useless. Yeah, and it's when you play a game for this long, it's kind of hard to like. I don't necessarily think the purists are assholes, just not by themselves being purists. Like nothing wrong with being a purist per se by itself. Even if that's a J mod, I'm just fucking ethereal. It's just that they're always really hostile about it, and their defense always sucks. So when people are like, "Look, let's change this because it'll be this beneficial, and it won't make the game easier. It won't make it just makes our lives easier, but the game is still just as challenging, right?" They get their panties in a wad, and it's like that's bad. I was like, that's bad, and that's kind of what they're doing with the economy. And like I said, it's because they want stuff to be the way it is, so it drives away people that they're not doing business with, basically. Which is it doesn't make any sense because you would want new players to trade with because they don't know any better, so you can rip them off, or you can you'll just have a bunch of new customers, right? So they don't even make sense themselves. So I really don't understand him. And it goes with the Players 8 online argument. Again, I don't give a shit, so don't come at me. If you want Players 8 or not, I simply would say the only reason not to have it is because people think it ruins the social aspect of the game. To which I would say, what social aspect of the game? They're like, well, you get online in games. Well, we don't have personal loot. The lobby system is broken, and most people are just going to play with their friends or do botted bail runs. So there's really not really a social aspect to it. The PvP's never really taken off like it used to, from what I've heard. I don't know. There's not really, the game's not very social right now. It's not very social. The only social stuff going on is with friends, and they're just doing their thing. So that argument is fucking stupid. But I again, I'm not saying you should have Players 8 online. I really don't care. I'm not even using it half the time anyway. Like I'm playing single player and I'm using it right now, but it took me forever to get to the point where I could even start using it. And it's not really, my drops feel barely better, so really a stupid argument. Just one of those things, people just arguing to argue. They got their fucking feet stuck in the mud. Can't put players in online because it'll ruin the economy. That was the other thing. It'll ruin the economy. I'm like, what fucking economy? It's JSP and then like this tiny minuscule amount of players on Tradery and Diablo 2.io. And they're all like decent people, not on JSP, or decent people trading with each other. It's not like you get ridiculously good drops when you put it on Players 8. You don't. You really don't. And even if you did, like I said, the market's already going to be fucking saturated after a certain point anyway, of which I'm sure it already is. So ladder is the only place that you're going to get like a fresh market. So it's so stupid, these arguments people are having. So I said, I'm not on one side or the other, not because I'm trying to be like cool, or I'm not Switzerland or anything, I'm not neutral. It's just fucking stupid. If the argument was a different argument, I'd have a different opinion. But it's like, if your reasons for not doing stuff made more sense, it would be a whole nother matter. But it's always the same thing. Because it's always been this way, so fuck you. Or B, because of my economy, which is already garbage and broken anyway. So it's just terrible reasoning. It's really, Diablo 2 community is really like please be ethereal, is really like a lesson on how not to invite new players. It's really not great for new players. I don't care about that. That's why when I do videos, I'm always like, I try to explain some things if anybody's watching, but if anybody ever had any questions whatsoever, I would happily answer it and give you a detailed explanation, which I see a lot of streamers doing, thankfully, but that's it, just streamers. I never see people on forums really going out of their way to be helpful. They usually just say, Google it. It's just really shitty community. My point is, community do better, and I'm trying to do better myself by explaining things on stream. 1 second. This little button on my chair like flies out occasionally because it can. But yeah, we should all just do better, be nicer. Because this game online is only as fun as the community. Like, if you're gonna be shitty to people, then nobody's gonna want to play and talk to anybody, which is the situation we're in. That's why, even if the lobby system was fixed, it's like there's just a bunch of assholes online. They'll snatch up the loot. They'll kill your bosses that you haven't got to yet. They'll PK you for no reason other than it's how the game was designed. You know, it's a terrible community, and it doesn't have to be that way. So it's like at any point in any one of my videos, anybody can ask me anything, and I will answer it. And if I don't know the answer, I'll fucking look for it and answer it. And I have done giveaways online too. So as part of trying to change myself, be a better community. Like I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm trying to do it myself. I am doing it myself. It's like I have given giveaways online. I've given people plenty of items. I've helped people get through areas online. I haven't really done any rushes, but I don't really like rushing people anyway. I feel like you should just play the game. But I have gotten people through areas. That's fine. And of which you can say, well, that's cheating, or that's not letting people play the game. I'm like, well, a few areas in this game are just quite frankly bullshit. So yeah, I will help people through areas if they needed it. Like, just a few areas are just straight up bullshit. Like, you can't look at me with a straight face and tell me like Ancients is fair for like a new player. Look at all these drops. Look at all of these drops. My lord. So yeah, it's basically the community is part of the problem with a lot of these things. Snake cord's new. What a terrible belt. But I don't have that. Snake cord's new. What? Oh, it's not new. That's rude. I could have sworn I didn't have that. I think this is the Diggler, which is funny, or something like that, right? Yeah, the Diggler. Don't think I had a Diggler. Funny, haha. Let's see. Where the hell are daggers? I always pass like... There you go. Yeah, there we go. All normal daggers complete, baby. 273. Sweet. I know it looks like I have like no facial expression when good things happen, but it's probably because I can't breathe because my nose is completely congested. Okay, so that was... Wow, what a nice Andariel. You know what, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do this out of order, but I don't care. Player count wise, I mean. So I'm going to go to players 1 for this, and then back to players 3 for cows. Ooh. Got going on in here. And I would say it's probably a good idea to kill any ghosts you see simply because they have a lower like drop pool of items to choose from. Therefore, their drop chance for runes is higher than the normal enemies, but I have literally never gotten a rune drop from a ghost like ever. So like not even a single rune. Like maybe an orch or something at some point, but I literally can't tell you. I'm not joking. Like I swear to God, I don't ever remember getting a rune from a ghost ever. But apparently, they're like really good for rune drops. Just whatever. Just what I heard. As you can see, it's usually what I get from them, either potions or nothing. Nerf or nothing. Y'all are hoes. Y'all are hoes for sure. It's like I'm not even sighing necessarily because of the game. It's because I can't breathe. So don't take my kind of dull expression and over sighing behavior as I'm bored or not having fun. It's because I literally can't breathe. Just wow. All 3 of these had nothing in it. That's rude. Really rude. I gotta say though, like I think I mentioned it before. I definitely noticed a difference in my drop since I passed the 250 threshold. Then now I'm at 324. I really noticeably feel like I'm getting a lot more uniques than. Hey, hey, finally. I'll take an all day long, baby. Care. I'll take an all day long. I don't even have an so here we go. Don't even have an It's because I get better runes from running around like a jackass than I do from fucking lower Kuros. Alright, so let's put this over here. So 2 goals, I can make a Vex, but I don't need it because I already have a Hodo, and I don't have a Zod, and I don't want Breath of Die anyway. 2 Poles, 2 Fouls, and a bunch of Lems, bunch of Lums, bunch of Ko's, bunch of Ios. Very, very mediocre rune spread that I have. Very bad. Very bad runes. Glad I got an That's why I'm happy when I get something like an because I have very low runes. No, I didn't see this.
Yes?
Again, I cannot get a cold skiller. Like, somebody put a gun to my head. I could not get a cold skiller if I farm for 1,000 hours, apparently. that is terrible too, because I'm actually just gonna sell that. Bow, I'm never gonna make a Boazon, like, just ever. Unless they like massively buffed it or something. Oh, I didn't do cows yet, I forgot. Wow. Gonna do a little LK run real fast. I don't recommend doing it this way, by the way. You should just literally just sit here and do it over and over and over again. But it's like just to break up the farming a little bit, I'll do it real fast. Oh, fuck it. Just do cows and players. Let's do player 7. It's pretty much the same. It just takes a while longer, but it's like I said before. I really don't see like a difference in the loot drops, and I don't mean that like in a negative Nancy kind of way. I just feel like maybe it's the font or the way the drops are in this game. It's kind of hard to tell if more stuff is dropping or not. Like it just really kind of all blurs together. Like, and then if you put it on classic, it's not quite classic. Like classic did not look like this. It looked a little bit better than this. The frame rate's the same because classic always had that. I think it's 20 or 24 FPS, but the pixelization is like outrageous. It's like outrageously pixelated. I was like, y'all had to do your own game dirty like that? Like you couldn't have made, and the perspective is just horrible. There you go. You couldn't have made your game like look a little bit better. I mean, and you can see it's like tougher for me to kill people and stuff on player 7. Wow. All right, I need you to kill this guy, please, because he's just not dying. Thank you. Looks like the game is slower, too. Like, I'm not talking about because I got frozen, but slower in general. Yeah, that's the big bad players 8. Everybody's always, well, technically players 7. Everybody's always bitching about in one form or another. It's really not that big a deal. Everybody is just, I don't understand why this player base is so, like, angry all the time. It's funny, too, is I was, if you want to, like, see absolute just toxic piss, just go on the official Diablo 2 Resurrected forum on the Blizzard website. It is the most saltiest, angry people I've ever seen in my life. They're so mad. It's like reading the Unabomber's manifesto, like, but online talking about a video game. It's like they just all sound like Unabombers in the making. They're just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why I'm still in classic graphics, but whatever. I'm kind of enjoying it, to be honest. What's funny is your Shaco is brown in classic, so obviously it's green, but in classic it's brown for some reason. Not quite sure why, but and then it shows up green on your on your thing, so it makes no sense. Same with Trangs. Trangs are like golden, and then they turn to grayish. So I don't know, just color discrepancies. Terrible. Terrible. I didn't even see this. That's terrible. I kind of also feel like sometimes you might be missing items on D2R. Just the way the font is. I feel like in Classic it looks a little better for the item drops anyway. But I could just be making that up. Be careful, buddy. Oh boy, player 7 with a curse. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. Gotta keep teleporting. Keep teleporting. Pretty sure my mercenary gets hit like twice, he's dead. Okay. So close yet so far. Terrible drops. Not even gonna get rid of this curse for a minute because okay, that guy's immune to cold and physical. Yikes. Classic still looks good, man. It's crazy to say, but I can play it nonstop. Yeah, like honestly, I forgot I had it on for a second. It just looks it doesn't really bother me. It's too pixelated though, but it's just a beautiful game. Like, and that's how graphics go in general. It's not about the graphics, it's about the art style. Like, look at Minecraft. Minecraft's one of the ugliest games ever made, and it's also one of the best-selling games ever made because nobody gave a shit about the graphics because the gameplay is what the real star is, but the art style is nice. Everything has a style to it. Same thing with this game. It has a certain style that's just timeless. Plus, I was always a fan of that pre-rendered graphics that started with like Super Nintendo. It's really great graphics.
I can't carry any.
Really? Pick this shit up, bitch. There's something about the D2R too, like it's when you switch, it feels like you're playing a different game rather than the same game sometimes. Like that's not I'm not even complaining. I'm just like the style of the game is not it feels like it didn't carry over with the transfer. I don't know how to describe it. It's the same game obviously. It just ooh, a troll nest. It just something's missing. Something's missing. You can make a little shitty rhyme out of that, which would be hilarious. That's an elite item, so I'm always happy to see an elite item. Was it a bone shield in normal, then a grim shield, I believe, in nightmare, and then a troll nest in hell? Normal, exceptional, elite. I'm a huge fan of that system. I love that system. Different items for different difficulty levels, but it's just basically looks the same. Really cool.
Got it.
Yes! Yeah, baby!
It's not like officially yet, but Jason basically called me. He's like, the only thing they're doing is like what's called a holistic review. It's just like going over to see if I've like done anything really
Checking
bad
to see if you like yogurt.
Like if I've gotten like complaints filed on me or something, but I haven't.
Well, we gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate.
Girls making money.
The cat. You wanna celebrate?
I think I scared her or something. Busted her. Like, whoa. Right, Maisie. I might upgrade your kitty food now. You might get some wet food on the daily.
I don't know how we're gonna celebrate though, but
I don't know. We'll do something. So
congratulations, babe. Good job.
I won't start until I think either 28th or the 1st of March, so I can keep my bonus for a month.
Congratulations.
I gotta go back. Still training that girl.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Pretty sure my wife just got some really good work news, but I won't say anything till it's official. Alright, where was I? Oh yes, I was making beef for Wendy's. It was a really good cow run last time, so I'm surprised when I upped the player count that I'm getting worse drops. But that's not how RNG works at all, so. Ooh, y'all got some health on you. Woo! Thing when you up the player count is your mercenary gets absolutely bitch slapped, so gotta really be careful here. Celebrate with some delicious pizza and beer. Yeah, I really. We order a lot of pizza because I'm a total pizzaholic, but yeah. I can have pizza like almost every day. Like it's so good. And I'm back to shitty runes, by the way. Don't think I didn't notice, game. Ethanthol, like, come on. Come on. Like, y'all are hoes. Version 1.15.0.67554. It's a fucking mouthful. Alright, I want to check out this Kraken shell, but it's not eth, so it's not great right off the bat. Not ethereal. Oh, am I out of keys? Shit. All right, let's check this out. 2. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's amazing what you can do with such shitty gear on a mercenary. Like, mercenaries are fucking garbage. Like, don't get me wrong. They're terrible and they just need all the help they can get. But you really don't need, like, outlandishly good gear for them to really survive. And I'm surprised Insight still works this, like, far along into the game. But I hate popping mana potions, so I just keep it on. I hate the potion system in this game, but it's just part of the game. But then again, I'm not really a fan of like Diablo 3s either, so. And then Path of Exile, it's like all 3 are 3 different ways to do potions, and I don't really like any of them, so maybe I don't hate the potion system in this game. Shit. Rather, I should say I hate how much mana it requires to be useful, I guess. Make a useful character. Ooh, running. Immune to physical, oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. Out of all that, it's one small charm. That's it. Oops. I don't even want to know how much damage I take from a cow at P7. It's like I really don't. Really don't want to know. Oh, you're getting fucked up. I can like barely see the fucking the way loot drops in this game. That's another thing you need to add, and I just cannot fathom why you would disagree with this, considering it's purely optional. But they really need to put a loot filter or something in this game. Even Mr. Llama, like King of the Purist, basically said that. Although he's not really the King of the Purist, but he's fairly purist stamp viewpoint. Like he allows changes or he likes changes, but he doesn't want like the. Actually, you know what? I'd scratch all that I just said. He actually absolutely is not a purist, because on his last few streams I was watching, he was absolutely like advocating nerfs to like the meta builds. So that dude is not a purist, whatever. Not a purist whatsoever. Not even close. I think he felt like he was a purist that when it first came out, D2R, and after he saw some of the changes, he like switched sides for sure. So one thing I agree with him on is, I definitely agree with him on a loot filter, something, just some type of control over this garbage, because you can't even see. It feels like you're just straight up missing items. In fact, I don't even need a loot filter, although I definitely think we should have one. Just make the item text different. Why does it look like this? It's so big, bulky, and ugly. I miss how it used to look. I just miss this font and everything. It's just, I don't know. I think it looks better in Classic. I never felt like I was missing items in Classic either. Yeah, he was saying he wants them to nerf basically hammer-ins, and possibly, he didn't really say he wanted them to nerf teleport, but I can tell he had an opinion on it, and I'm sure his opinion was they should nerf teleport. And I'm like, I don't agree with that. I don't strongly disagree and get angry about it, but I don't think they need to nerf. Everybody's afraid of power creep. I'm like, you don't need to nerf anything really. You just, and you also don't need to super buff stuff. They just need to buff some of that weak shit to be viable, more hell viable, I should say, because technically it is viable. Just be more hell viable, and that's it. They don't have to nerf teleport. They don't have to nerf Enigma. They don't have to nerf Blizzard Source or Hammered In or anything. Just make some of this shit just a little better, and that's all they have to do. Then you don't have to worry about the D3 power creep that everybody's so terrified of and all this shit. Heaven forbid, like, players were, you know, the game was a little bit easier. Jesus Christ. Players are, like, people are so fucking butthurt about video games not being as difficult and annoyingly, infuriatingly challenging as possible. Like, it's like, that's why I said I don't really have an opinion on, like, not taking a side on anything, but it's like, people gotta chill with the every game needs to be Ninja Gaiden or Bloodborne. Like, it's not, it doesn't have to be like that. Chill. And it's like, nobody's saying everything needs to be a cakewalk either. It's just, some of these skills are just as bad as some of these skills are overpowered. Like, it definitely goes both ways. Like, if hammers are overpowered, then Skeleton Mage is absolute fucking dumpster juice. So it goes both ways. And if they're going to nerf, like, the meta builds, then, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. I wouldn't be happy considering how long it takes to find items. But then, guess what? That goes back to what I was saying earlier. The drop rates are so poor, it took so long for players to get the items they want. It's really, that's partially the reason players won't admit that they would be pretty pissed if they nerf some of this stuff. Because these drop rates are abysmal. So it would be definitely be hard to take if you logged in one day and you're you're hammered in, like, doing like a quarter of the damage or something. You'd be pissed. Although, you know, because I'm trying to be open-minded on both sides of the argument, Mr. Llama also said if you nerfed a lot of this stuff and you just see it yourself by a certain percentage or by whatever, I don't have that, however amount, it would still be outrageously overpowered. It's like, that's how good some of this stuff is. Sweet fellow. So I actually wouldn't be opposed to that. Like, if they just brought down the meta builds by a bit, but they were still the most powerful builds in the game, then that would be fine. But then the argument is, well, then what's the fucking point? Then you're just nitpicking, or you're just doing it just to do it, and then that's just stupid, and you're just literally just doing it to placate people. And it's just, there's just so much shit. Like, so many sides and arguments and reasons for doing stuff, and it's overwhelming. This really kind of goes to show you maybe they shouldn't remaster really old games, because it's just too sensitive a topic. Like, players are too invested. Or I guess I should say maybe they shouldn't remaster good old games, because if they remastered an old game that people were kind of lukewarm about, this wouldn't be as much of a problem. Also feel, like I said, if they got rid of JSP somehow, if JSP didn't exist, then all these conversations would have a completely different tone. And I will go so far as to say a lot of people use it as a crush and are actually terrible at the game and don't really farm well or play very much. And they just buy shit from JSP. Or they find like one good item and then trade their way up, and then they're like, I'm a Diablo 2 master. And I'm like, played the game for like fucking 2 hours, like, spent the rest of the time on JSP. So those people with their opinions are just really, they need to just go fuck off. Not that there's anything wrong with training, obviously. Training's great. It's not what I'm talking about. I just mean people that, JSP is what I'm talking about. There's also nothing wrong with just playing for a little bit and training your way up. Like, that's completely up to you. That's your choice. What makes this game the way it is. I'm talking about fucking JSP. Holy shit, bro. You're getting rocked. Again with the low runes. Again with the low runes. Where are you going? Get your ass over here. It's like, I know my opinions don't mean anything, and I definitely don't have like the opinion of the majority. But it's like, that's my opinions on stuff. I think they can keep changing some stuff. They can nerf some stuff or buff some stuff, you know, whatever, to a certain extent. I definitely think they should add stackable runes and gems, and I definitely think they should add a loot filter, 100%. That is a side 100% I'm on. Absolutely should allow you to stack all runes and all gems. And they definitely should have a loot filter. And then after that, it's kind of murky. Then I'm not sure about it. What I would like, I will say, like, I guess you can say is a lukewarm take. Instead of buffing rune drops, I would like it if they gave us some more agency over getting the runes. For instance, we have the Countess to farm runes. What if there was like some more areas where they had like a Countess type situation? That would be cool, right? Like maybe some of these side areas are making 85. Maybe they could put like a super unique in there that drops runes. That would be cool. You know what I mean? And that way it would be, I wouldn't even say easier, but it would be more, you would just have, like I said, more player agency in getting runes. You'd have more of a choice, more control over possibly getting something nice. Rather than completely multiple endless layers of RNG, Instead of higher drop rates, like I said, maybe they could just do with some better areas. Like they're kind of already doing it, like adding the level 85 areas. I wish they would add some more mobs to them, like Mr. Llama said. I'm in total agreement with that. They added some level 85 areas, which will come in the next patch, but they're empty. So buff the amount of enemies in there, and then that should be pretty good. I don't really have anything to say about immunities. It's just part of the game. I don't personally like them as a game design philosophy. I think it's shitty. It's lazy. It's basically enemies are invincible unless you're like very particular set of skills, literally. But I don't think they should get rid of them because that's just how the game is. And that goes, counterpoint to what I said earlier, where I'm like, just how it is. That's not a good excuse. But in this case, I'm like, it's not necessarily just how it is. It's a core design philosophy that there is immunities. And it hasn't always been that way because they came in a patch, I believe. But it's been that way for a very long time. And it kind of makes sense in a certain way, the immunities. They're horrible and they're shitty, but they kind of make sense. I don't necessarily think they should get rid of them. Not because it would make the game a cakewalk or something, but I don't know. It just kind of it's just part of the game. Like it feels like that's part of Diablo 2's soul is to have the immunities in it. But at the same time, that's another one I would say I don't feel too strongly about. So if they were like, we're changing how immunities work or we're nerfing immunities or something, I'd be like, okay. Like I really don't give a shit. Or they were like, we're never going to touch immunities. I'm like, okay. We're used to it. I would say, however, like, for instance, if I was making another Diablo game or if I was designing a loot type game, I would absolutely not have immunities the way they are in this game. Like, the idea of immunities is fine. The way they're implemented here is not. In regards to your skill trees and you basically... This whole game is basically... Son of a bitch. This whole game is basically designed where you have to skip half the game. That's my point. Like, you should never have gameplay where instead of skipping it because you don't feel like playing it or it's not really rewarding or whatever reason, you're literally skipping it because it's literally impossible for you. So that's garbage game design. But like I said, that's fine. That's just part of the game. It's part of Diablo 2 is the flaws. Like if you get rid of the flaws, then you're getting rid of part of the soul. It's just like people. Like part of the reason some people are so compelling is like that's why when you read a novel, you can't have perfect characters. You can't have Mary Sue's all over the place. You have to have the flaws in there. It just defines the character. Defines the character of this game for it to have some flaws. And I definitely think the immunities are a huge flaw. They're just terrible. But like they're there. They're here to stay. I don't think they should really do anything with them. They could probably change them to a certain extent, but the changes I've heard are pretty shitty. So I don't have I don't have any ideas. Perhaps instead of immunities, they could just have. No, I haven't heard any good ideas. I have no idea what they should do about it. If they were going to do something about it, otherwise leave them alone. That's probably my lukewarm take. Just leave them alone. Man, I have not gotten anything from Pindle except that one Griffins. That's it. Griffins once. I got one Griffins from him, and that's all I've ever gotten from Pindle. Which is huge, but that's it. That is it. Why am I saying all my opinions on this stream? I don't know, because there's nobody chatting or anything. So I'm just running my mouth, like just spouting off my opinions. I tell you what, one thing I would change that would piss people off. I would change Mephisto. I hate Mephisto. I would change Mephisto. I think his Durance to Hate is too fucking big. I think his drops are too fucking garbage. He's just, I fucking hate Mephisto. I would pull some of his drops and give them to somebody else or something. I would switch him and Duriel's drops or something like that, or just fix Duriel. But I fucking hate Mephisto. He never drops anything good. He's a fucking asshole. I hate his guts. I wish he was dead. That's why I just killed him. There's a hot take. Fucking hate Mephisto. He's so bad.
What do you need?
Like, unless you're fucking Dobrunsky or something, every time you run Mephisto, it's like super frustrating. He just drops absolute trash. But every once in a while, once a blue moon, he'll drop something good. And that's just really, he's the worst. Why am I farming the summoner if I don't even need keys? I can't tell you. I don't have an answer to that question. Don't have an answer to that question. Alright, I'm gonna do an ancient tunnel run here, and then I'm gonna get off because I'm like really hungry. And I'm not really getting, although I got some drops today, so I always say I don't really get any drops, but honestly I am getting a ton of drops. They're just not what I need. As evidenced by my little list in the corner. So the most important valuable lesson I can give to newer players in regards to farming is just shut the fuck up and play the game over and over and over. Don't go on the forums and ask why X isn't dropping. Don't go to JSP. Don't sit there and beg for items. Just fucking turn your game on, put it on hell, and farm the areas you can farm over and over and over. And I promise you, you will get drops. It might not be the drops you need. Then you can trade. Then take your shitty drops that you don't need and trade them for drops you do need, because somebody else needs them, I guarantee it. Are they opinions or facts at this point? In my own mind, they're facts, but they're definitely opinions, yeah. It's like I see so many people bitching about stuff with the game that is solved by closing their mouths and playing it. It's like, that's why as I complain about this game, I'm playing it, because the solution to my problems with this game are solved by playing it. And I mean, like with drops. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting the right drops. So what am I doing? Am I bitching about it on the forums? No. Am I advocating for some radical change to like invalidate the addictiveness of this game? No. I'm fucking playing it. It's like, and that's what you should do. Shut up and play. If you don't want to play it, don't play it. That's another thing. If this game isn't for you, then don't play it. And I don't mean that in a shitty, superior, smug way like a lot of purists do, where they're like, well, you need to go play Diablo 3. Hey, Diablo 3 is fun. Like, I mean that unironically when people always say that like it's a threat. Well, go play, Care Bear Diablo 3. You could play there are much worse games than Diablo 3, I swear. Much worse games. Is it a good Diablo 2 sequel? No. It's a terrible Diablo 2 sequel. Is it a good game by itself? Arguably. Right now it is. Was it always good? No. It used to be fucking dumpster fire. But people that disparage the game nonstop online probably haven't even played it since launch. At launch, it was fucking garbage, sure. It's definitely a different type of game than this game. It's fast-paced, it's arcadey, it's extremely rewarding, and it's very fun, and it's not very difficult. It's a wonderful game to play if you hate how rigid this game is. Like, it's the anti-Diablo 2. Everything that you would hate about this game, Diablo 3 either fixes or does differently. Immunity's gone. Drop rates, way higher. Slow-paced, fast-paced. No endgame, plenty of endgame. Well, there's more endgame, I should say. But it's... in being so different, it is a terrible Diablo sequel, and it's not as... I don't even know how to say if it's technically, yeah, it's not as deep as this game, but technically it kind of is, because people overblow the deepness of this game immensely. Like, is it really deep, or are you just looking at a bunch of weird glitches and errors with the code and random unforeseen circumstances? Is it like, it's deep, it has the best itemization ever? It has really good itemization. I guess, that's a fair statement. It might have the best itemization ever, but it certainly isn't as good as people say it is, though. Just like Diablo 3, but nobody wants to admit it, half the time when you pick up items are garbage. So what changed? What's different? They're like, well, you do like thousands of percents of damage. And I'm like, it's the same feel as this game in regards to damage, though. You still are mostly one-shotting enemies. It's just your numbers are higher. It's the same numbers, just with extra zeros at the end. Is it really that big a deal? Like, I understand, I don't think it's a good idea, and yeah, I agree that it's, like, stupid and it's better in this game, but it's not the end of the world. It's like, if you're gonna bitch about Diablo 3, why don't you bitch about fucking Cain getting killed by a butterfly? Spoiler alert. Like, that sucked. That's objectively shit, but you can't bitch about the generous drop rates, which actually make you feel rewarded when you're running through as a new player, or the fact that it's easier to find, hard to find items so you don't feel like you're getting dicked over by RNG all the time, or the procedurally generated, like, fresh new environments all the time. It's just the complaints people are having about the game are just really just, they're just butthurt. They're butthurt because it's not Diablo 2.5. I said I was going to get off, but I'll finish this run first. Because I'm ranting about how I like Diablo 3. I love Diablo 3, actually. I fucking love it. And I actually would be playing it right now, but this is where I do agree with people. This game has more, like, I'd rather play this game because it's just more addictive, I guess. And honestly, it might not even be that, because I just, honestly, I've played Diablo 3 more. I've played Diablo 3 way more than I've played Diablo 2. I'm kind of burnt out on it. Like, I'm just taking a break. I've played Diablo 2 maybe, 500 hours grand total. Whereas with Diablo 3, over the years, I've probably easily played that 2,000-3,000 hours. I've played Diablo 3 way more, so I'm not playing it because I've already played a shit ton of it. Whereas with this game, this is still fairly fresh to me. I've not played Diablo 2 that long. I know a lot about it because basically Mr. Llama and my own just looking up online, but not played it that long. Yeah, if people want to complain and say, well, you don't like Diablo 2, go play Diablo 3. Absolutely go play Diablo 3. It's fucking fun. What a shit attitude and take on a legitimately fun game. It's so funny. People have such bad attitudes with this community. But to sum up this stream, it's just me calling out the snarky, superior, butthurt, entitled, elitist, judgmental, hypocritical, insult community. Even though I said this is a chill stream, this turned into a rant stream. I apologize for that. I love ranting. I love complaining. I'm like the opposite of Mr. Llama. He's like super cheerful and like positive all the time. I'm like, no, I'm calling a fucking spade a spade. If something's trash, I'm calling it trash. Although that's not fair because he does that too. But I'm not like super bubbly like he is. He's a bubbly dude. And that's a good thing. Like that's why I like him. But then you got me. Picked up Grim Reaper so many times. I don't know why. Every time I pick it up, I think it's something different. It's not. Alright, I gotta do some of these full rejuves. Also was gonna move my mic stand here, my mic arm, but I was too lazy to. I think I'm gonna put it like in front of me and then have the arm hang over or hang at an angle, because right now it's just to the left of me and it's basically resting on my fucking breasts right now. my breastises. So it's just resting on my chest. It's like really annoying. My breasticles. All right. Let's do this out of order again. Yeah, you don't have to type one. You can just type players, but I usually just do it anyway. What's another community hot take that's garbage? Yeah, I'll tell you one thing the community is dead on about, because it's like I've been just trashing the community this whole stream, but let me be a little more positive here. Community is dead on with the lobbies. Like, there are some people, which I did mention earlier, but I just didn't mention as much as I've been bitching. There are some decent people in this community for sure. Some really nice people. Basically, the big streamers, we have some really good big streamers for this community, like, for sure. Like, there's a lot of games where you have, like, the big streamers and they're pretty garbage. Like, I don't play, like, shooters anymore, but I've seen some of the big shooter streamers and they seem kind of, like, up their own ass. Personally, is how they appear. If that's not how it is, then I stand corrected. But that's how they certainly appear. They just feel like they're full of shit or they're full of themselves. But the Diablo big creators, like I said, Mr. Llama, Dobrunsky, I think Macro is one of them, Macro Boy, Dark Humility. There's some women creators, and I apologize because I don't really know them that well, but that's only because Twitch is just recommending me dude bros. So but the point is there's plenty of creators, and they all seem to be very generous and nice, so that's good. But, you know, obviously with exceptions. So this community has a really good, like, leadership to it. There's, like, minor, like, little quibbles, you can say, like, people, but it's mostly funny and, like, lighthearted. Like, people were roasting Dobrunsky because he always gives out these builds, but they're, like, so fucking expensive because some of these people have been playing the game so long, they have no idea what it's like to be poor, so they have no idea what it's like to not have the high-end items, so they're like, oh, this is a budget build. They're like, all you need is like 15 Sur runes. You're like, what? Like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, baby. Wait, what was that? Terror? It's like not even trying getting these keys. Whoops. Really need to start farming Nilithak now because I'm just legit getting keys. IO. Just change the I to an L, please. Please. Ugh. Anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, good content creators for Diablo 2 community. Good content creators. And especially, like with me, for instance, if you look at the smaller content creators, go look at Diablo 2 streams, if they're actually talking anyway, because a lot of them are, like, mute and don't say anything. If you go to those, like, random low view count ones, there's a lot of really nice people there too. This one guy, I'm actually going to mention him if I can find his Twitch. This one guy named Spoonman999. He's good. He's really nice. In fact, the first time I saw him, he was literally just giving people, like, free items, whatever they wanted. He was basically just doing he's like, just name an item, and if I have it, I'll give it to you. And I don't mean he was just basically enabling the player base to be lazy, but he was just being super helpful. And then afterwards, he ran stuff with players and just doing giveaways and just being every comment he would talk about. It's really nice people. So that's the good part about the community. Definitely goes both ways. I just felt like bitching about the negative aspect for a while because it's more fun. Because he doesn't like drama. But I always say it. My favorites is definitely Mr. Llama. Taught me everything about the game. Another really knowledgeable player, though, like is Dark Humility. He's not. He doesn't have the same type of chat Llama does, where they troll him, which is hilarious. But he's very. He knows a lot. That's pretty knowledgeable dude. Pretty knowledgeable dude. I saw that yellow ring. You know what? Let me grab this, and then I'm gonna finish the stream because I'm just dying of hunger right now. So, plus, I'm just a little tired of cows. Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do another stash cleanup here. I'm just too full. Can't put that in shared, which I did not know. Terrible. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna log off, get something to eat. I was streaming like almost every day, and then I just kind of got sick, so that's why I haven't been streaming so much. Of which just sucks, but I'm getting back to it. Just bear with me here. Like I said, I was doing good. I was streaming every day, and then I was like, as long as I'm feeling good, I'll stream. Like around this time, like afternoon. I haven't decided what schedule I should have, but I like doing it afternoon. But I'm gonna get off, get something to eat. Anybody who's watching, have a wonderful day. Dude, I will talk to you later. Have a nice rest of your day too. Peace out.